In the summer of 2010, the Nissan No Limit team set out on an expedition with world-renowned professional kayakers Steve Fisher and Rush Sturgis. Our goal was to journey deep into the remote and rugged woods of America's Pacific Northwest and take on some of the most challenging waterfalls in the world. As our team said goodbye to civilization, the excitement soon set in as we realized this was a unique opportunity to document the rarely seen and often difficult to capture sport of whitewater kayaking.
Kayaking is just a great excuse to travel to many different places and see new things and experience new experiences. And kayaking's taken me to about 45 countries now. I've been traveling non-stop for 12 years, searching for new rivers. And that often takes me into gorges and mountainous areas where many people never get to go.
You know, literally the only people that can get to these spots are kayakers themselves. So that makes it a really hard sport to document.
Well, the area we're in now is called the Columbia River Gorge, which is up in the Pacific Northwest of the USA. It's considered to be quite a kayaking hotspot, worldwide as well as within the US.
Steve's always been a really inspirational kayaker within the industry. He's kind of had a reputation as being the best all-around kayaker in the world.
I enjoy paddling with Rush Sturgis because he's very much the type of paddler that I am. He's an all-rounder. He's quite a few years younger than me, but we get on very well. We enjoy working as a team and getting down these rivers. Most certainly you can't really go down many of these rivers without a team. When things go wrong, you need really trusted friends. Not only is it essential to have your team, but it's a very big part of the experience and the enjoyment too.
To kick off the project, the team traveled to what would be our first challenge, the put-in to the Little White Salmon River.
It's impressive to watch a paddler go over a big waterfall or a big drop, but you really have to realize that just to get to that point, you know, you had to go through a lot of different trials and tribulations.
A lot of gear in kayaking.
For whitewater kayakers, the Little White's kind of regarded as like one of the best sort of one-day runs in the world, really.
It's a beautiful Class 5 run, very continuous whitewater, all the way down to its climax, which is a waterfall called Spirit Falls. Once you put in on the Little White Salmon, you find that it's logs, rocks, what we call holes, recirculating backwaters within each rapid.
It's a tough rapid to nail. You got to be really focused the whole time. There are lots of spots in there that will kill you.
All of us at the top of the kayaking field have been through experiences where we've had to be rescued by our friends and where we've rescued our friends.
After an intense and technical run down the Little White Salmon, Rush and Steve hit their first serious waterfall. Spirit Falls is a picturesque fall in a secluded location. With an estimated drop of 35 feet and some serious hazards, it is a fall that could have real consequences if not run correctly.
As we move down a river, we stop at each drop and we really do inspect the individual waterfall. We don't just come floating down a river and then line it up in the middle and hope for the best.
A lot of people will walk around Spirit Falls normally. A lot of scary stuff's happened to people there before. A lot of really close drownings.
Yeah, I think the idea is to just come in slightly faster than the water.
You know? And then as I get to like right there, I threw my paddle like right there last time.
But we've got an entrance here. Spirit Falls got a thick spout of water, and on your left are these thin curtains of water sort of falling in over a cave on the left-hand side. The problem is if you go in there in your kayak and turn over, then you'll end up having to get out of your kayak, and then you're really at the mercy of the river.
I'm definitely a little nervous for it, but sometimes you just have to go do it. Just buck up and hug it.
You just paddle up to the edge, take one of those big boof strokes, fly flat and clear of the curtain, and then drop the bow of the kayak so that you hit the water at 45 degrees. And when I did it, the water tried to push me across against this little nose of rock, and I sort of had to grab on there and fend it off and then get myself downstream and avoid going in the cave. It was quite exciting.
We've got to really be precise, and we've got to really nail our strokes in the exact right spots in order to safely fly through.
Best feeling for sure, just to get to the bottom, feel safe, and then watch your friends go. That was a good way to end the day.
With a successful first day behind them, Steve and Rush settled in to plan the next stage of the project. With water levels looking better than they had been in a long time, they realized they might have the rare chance to run one of the larger, more epic falls in the area.
So what we're looking at here in the Columbia River Gorge area is a series of rivers coming in to the Columbia River itself, and we're looking at internet gauges and figuring out which one is flowing at the moment.
The only question remaining was which waterfall would be safe enough to run. Even with all their preparation and planning, they wouldn't know for sure until the next day.
The night before running a really difficult waterfall, especially when you're really sort of pushing the boundary or the limit of what is possible, you definitely are trying to shut doubts out of your mind and tell yourself that nothing's going to go wrong. And then there's a moment where you realize, oh, what have I just decided to do?
With a fresh rainfall and a slight increase in water flow, the team was presented with the opportunity to attempt one of the most spectacular falls in the Pacific Northwest.
We got super lucky on this project. Waterfall called Metlaco came into good flow, which is actually really rare for this time of year. So when I got the phone call that it was running, I was pretty excited.
The Metlaco Falls, it's a really spectacular spouting vertical waterfall. It's a beautiful, beautiful canyon. Once you drop in at this waterfall upstream, you basically go beyond the point of no return. I've seen in video and seen in photos a few times, but never actually got to run. I've always wanted to.
Metlaco Falls is about an 80-foot waterfall, and it's kind of come to be regarded as one of the best waterfalls in the world. The reason for that is because although it's a huge drop, it sets you up really nicely for going straight down with the water. So definitely a little bit nervous at the moment, but pretty confident that we're going to be able to stick the line. An epic visual. Such a crazy drop, it's so far down, you know.
There's only one thing left to do, boys. Buck up.
Either way, it'll be over quick.
Basically, when it comes to running waterfalls, the taller the drop, the more perfect it has to be. The one thing you're looking for is the perfect flow on the drop. And what you want is kind of like a thick jet of water. You want it to really penetrate deep into the pool, and it brings a lot of air with it. And then you get all these air bubbles coming back up. That's your landing cushion. And we could see when we scouted it that the water was a little on the low side of good.
The water is on the low side, so we're definitely concerned about the impact at the bottom, but it's going to be a really cool free fall. The reason that we do this is because from the pool here at the top to the pool at the bottom. It's just an amazing feeling going in with the water and then surfacing up down there. I'm gonna be feeling really good when I'm sitting down in the pool, so.
The biggest danger with big waterfalls is landing flat. And a lot of kayakers now have compressed vertebrae or broken their backs on landing off big waterfalls. In fact, I've been present while 4 of my friends have broken their back, one of which is Rush.
I couldn't stop thinking about when I broke my back down in Argentina, which was actually on a similar drop and similar volume. It's really unsafe. It gives you that really sinking feeling in your stomach, you know?
I think that the impact of hitting the bottom here with the paddle in your hands is going to rip your thumb off or pull your arm back or hit you in the face. So I think that tossing the paddle is the way to go here.
As you approach a waterfall, what a lot of people don't realize is that there's very little to tell you where you are. So you're seeing this sort of blind horizon line as you approach it.
3, 2, 1, dropping.
When Steve popped up, I knew something wasn't totally right because he wasn't really celebrating or anything. I just kind of hunched over, just in pain.
It's just like literally like somebody takes a shovel and just whacks you in the head. I likened it to going to a boxing match and winning. You know, you go boxing, hey, you have a good boxing match, you win the fight, but you still come out with 2 black eyes and a split lip, and you're like, yeah, I won the fight.
The No Limit project is awesome for kayaking, and I say that mainly because these are rivers and these are waterfalls that they haven't really been documented that much. And that's kind of true for our entire sport in general. So the No Limit project was just an awesome opportunity to get some really badass equipment in here and awesome filmmakers and do it right.
We came here with very ambitious plans. I think it's entirely possible that nobody has kayaked all of the stuff we kayaked in such a short space of time. We did the best of the Columbia Gorge in just a few days. I think more than just the sense of accomplishment, the adrenaline, or the seeing of beautiful places is the camaraderie. You form a really strong community through shared experience. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I think I'll go take a nap for a few minutes, maybe not kayak for a few days, and then we'll move on to the next adventure.